All right, so today we're going to be diving into pheromones.
Oh, yeah!
You know, those invisible signals that can really make or break attraction?
Yeah, they're pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's like your secret weapon when you're, out and about.
Hmm.
We're looking at advice from a YouTuber named Emeka Ibekwe,
Okay.
and he's got some interesting ideas about how to boost your natural pheromones.
So he's not like a scientist or anything.
Not
Or
necessarily.
it's just a guy with some like practical tips.
Yeah, exactly.
But one of the things that is interesting is that he's really focused on enhancing what's already there, like
Right.
not masking anything with, artificial scents or anything like that.
Right.
And he actually even suggests ditching conventional deodorants like Old Spice.
Really Old
Yeah.
Spice. Interesting.
He thinks that those kinds of deodorants can actually block your natural pheromones and might even cause like skin issues over time.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So instead, he recommends switching to a natural deodorant.
Okay.
And get this, he specifically suggests Truly's deodorant. Okay.
The one made for kids.
Whoa, hold on, kids' deodorant.
Yeah.
What's the thinking behind that?
Well, he likes that it's gentle on the skin.
Okay.
It has a coconut oil base, and it allows for natural sweating
Gotcha.
without the harsh chemicals and strong fragrances you find in conventional deodorants.
So it's like you're not trying to cover up your scent.
Right.
You're trying to work with what's already there.
Exactly. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like choosing the right frame to showcase a painting.
I like that.
Yeah. It's about highlighting
Yeah.
what's already beautiful.
I like that a lot.
But Emeka doesn't just stop at deodorant.
Oh.
He also believes that your diet plays a big role in how you smell.
Okay, so tell me about that. I'm very curious.
He's a big advocate for fresh fruits and vegetables,
Okay.
grass-fed meats,
Mm-hmm.
and spacing out your meat consumption.
Okay.
He believes that this can lead to a sweeter and more attractive natural scent. But of course, this is where the science gets a bit murky.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an interesting theory, though.
It really is.
Yeah.
It makes you think about, the phrase, you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it's more true than we realize.
Especially when it comes to how we smell.
Exactly. And it's funny because he even suggests visiting farmers markets.
Oh, yeah.
Not just for the healthy food options,
Right.
but also for the opportunity to, meet people.
Exactly. He thinks that you're more likely to find people
Yeah.
who are,
Into this stuff.
health conscious,
Yeah.
in tune with their well-being.
Exactly.
And he seems to think that, those people are more attractive.
So it's like a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
Healthier food and potentially meeting like-minded people.
Right.
But this does kind of raise the question, is there a universal standard
Yeah.
of attractiveness when it comes to smell?
Absolutely. That's a key point.
Yeah.
It ties into the whole debate about whether our preferences for certain scents are rooted in biology or if it's more cultural.
Right, because if pheromones are working on a subconscious level,
Yeah.
could it be that we're drawn to certain scents
Mm-hmm.
because they signal something deeper,
Right.
like good health or genetic compatibility or something like
It's
that?
one theory.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole area of research dedicated to that.
Really?
Understanding how pheromones play a role in mate selection
Wow.
across different species even,
It's fascinating.
including humans.
So crazy.
Yeah.
So Emeka's tips might actually be tapping into something primal, even if he's not framing it that way.
Yeah, it's certainly a possibility.
That's really cool.
And that's what makes this whole topic so interesting. It's
Yeah.
like it bridges this gap between everyday choices
Mm-hmm.
and these deep-seated biological processes that we might not even be aware of.
It's like there's this whole hidden world of communication going on beneath the surface.
Exactly. And if you think about it, it makes sense from an evolutionary perspective.
Yeah.
Our ancestors relied on their senses,
Right.
including smell, to assess potential mates.
Totally.
A pleasant scent could have signaled good health,
Uh-huh.
while an unpleasant one might have indicated disease or weakness.
It's crazy how much information
Yeah.
we're getting just from smell
Powerful.
without even realizing it.
Yeah. So maybe we're still hardwired to respond to certain scents,
Right.
even if we don't consciously realize it.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah. So going back to Emeka's advice,
Okay.
he highlights certain foods that he believes can enhance your natural scent.
Okay.
And he's particularly fond of dates.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Is there any scientific evidence?
Well, not specifically about dates and pheromones,
Okay.
but dates are a good source of nutrients and natural sugars,
True.
which could potentially contribute to that sweeter scent he keeps talking about.
Right.
So it all comes back to nourishing your body from the inside out.
Exactly.
And speaking of nourishment,
Yeah.
Emika doesn't just focus on what you eat, but also where you shop for food.
Yeah.
He's a big advocate for farmers markets.
We touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
But not just because of the fresh produce.
Right. He believes that you're more likely to meet health-conscious people at farmers markets.
Exactly.
But he also suggests exploring other stores like Whole Foods and Gilson's.
Oh, okay. So those are definitely on the pricier side.
Mm.
Like, what's his reasoning there?
He seems to believe that those higher-end stores attract a certain clientele, people who are more invested in their health and well-being.
Yeah.
And in his view, potentially more attractive.
So he's suggesting that where you shop
Hmm.
can actually influence who you meet.
Yeah, that seems to be his thinking.
Interesting.
He even talks about, like, switching up your usual routine.
Okay.
Trying different stores to
Yeah.
expose yourself to a wider variety of people.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it mentions Walmart, CVS, Walgreens.
It's like he's turning grocery shopping into a social strategy.
Right. It's definitely an unconventional approach.
It really is.
But I think what Amika's trying to get at is that,
Yeah.
paying attention to these seemingly small details, like what you eat, where you shop, what you put on your body, can have a ripple effect on other areas of your life.
It's like that saying, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a powerful message. Regardless of whether you fully buy into the whole pheromone thing.
Right.
Taking care of yourself, being mindful of your choices.
Yeah.
It sends a signal of self-respect and confidence, which can be incredibly attractive.
So it's not just about smelling good.
Right.
It's about feeling good about yourself, too.
Absolutely. Attractiveness isn't just about physical appearance or even scent. It's about the energy you project, the way you carry yourself, the confidence you exude.
So how do we tie all of this back to Emika's advice?
Okay.
Like, what's takeaway?
Well, I think Amika's tips, while anecdotal, they offer a good starting point for anyone who wants to explore the potential of their natural scent. He's encouraging people to be more aware of the products they use, the food they eat, and how those choices might affect their attractiveness.
So it's like he's saying, don't underestimate the power of your own body.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And even if you're skeptical about the pheromone aspect,
Right.
there's no denying that taking care of your physical health and well-being can positively impact your confidence and overall attractiveness.
So ditch the harsh chemicals. Embrace natural products. Experiment with your diet and see what happens.
Exactly. You might just surprise yourself.
All right, so we've covered Emika's tips on deodorant diet, even shopping strategies. Is there anything else he mentions that we should highlight?
He does have one more piece of advice
Okay.
that I think is worth mentioning.
Okay.
He talks about the importance of being aware of your own smell. He actually encourages people to, smell themselves.
You're kidding, right? Like,
Yeah.
to actually give yourself a sniff test?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
He believes that by paying attention to your own natural scent,
Okay.
you can get a better sense of what might be working for you or what might need to be adjusted.
Interesting.
He even suggests keeping a separate deodorant at work,
Okay.
especially if you tend to sweat more during the day.
So it's all about being mindful and, tuning in to your body's signals.
Yeah.
I guess we often just go through our days and we're not really paying attention to how our bodies are feeling or what they might be trying to tell us.
And this ties back to what we were discussing earlier about the skin microbiome.
Oh, yeah, right.
You see, our skin is home to a diverse community of bacteria, and this bacteria plays a crucial role in our overall health,
Okay.
including how we smell.
Interesting.
Conventional deodorants with their harsh chemicals and antiperspirant properties,
Right.
they can actually disrupt this delicate balance,
Yeah.
potentially leading to odor issues that even strong fragrances can't mask.
So Emika's emphasis on natural deodorants could actually be beneficial
Yeah,
for maintaining a healthy skin microbiome,
exactly.
which in turn could lead to a more pleasant natural scent.
It's all connected.
Wow.
And while Emika might not be using the language of scientific research,
Sure.
his practical advice seems to align with some of the emerging science in this area.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm looking at the whole concept of attraction in a whole new light.
Me too. And I think what's so compelling about Mika's approach
Yeah.
is that it's empowering. It's about taking ownership of your own attractiveness, not relying on external products or quick fixes.
It's about recognizing that true attractiveness comes from within.
Yeah.
From taking care of your body, being confident in your own skin. Letting your natural self shine through.
Well said.
And remember, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore and learn about pheromones and attraction.
It's a fascinating world.
It really is. So keep experimenting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep having fun with it.
Exactly.
And to all you listeners out there, here's your challenge.
Okay.
Ditch the harsh chemicals. Embrace natural products. Pay attention to what you eat. And yes, even give yourself a sniff test now and then.
Why not?
You might just discover a whole new level of confidence and attractiveness you never knew you had.
Now go forth and be your most irresistible selves. And it's funny because he even talks about how sometimes just changing your environment can change how you smell.
What do you mean?
Like he talks about how if you're going to the gym, you might want to switch up your deodorant because you're going to be sweating more. And so you might need something a little bit stronger. Or if you're going on a date, you might want to use a different deodorant than you would if you were just staying home.
Interesting.
So it's all about being aware of your surroundings and how they might be affecting your scent.
I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It is.
Right.
So it sounds like Emika's approach is really all about experimentation.
Yeah, totally.
Like figuring out what works best for you.
Exactly.
And not being afraid to try new things. Whether it's a new deodorant or a new food or even a new place to shop.
Right.
I love that.
It's all about taking control of your own attractiveness.
Yeah.
And not just blindly following trends or whatever. Really figuring out what makes you feel confident and sexy.
And that's going to be different for everyone.
Exactly.
I think that's a great message to end on.
Yeah, I think so too.
So thanks for joining me on this deep dive into pheromones.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was really interesting.
It's a fascinating topic.
It really is. And I hope you learned something new.
Yeah.
And maybe even feel inspired to experiment a little bit.
Go forth and smell irresistible.
All right, we'll see you next time.